guys, today I'm going to try to show you guys how to replace a wiper transmission on a 2003 Saturn Ion. And so far I have one of the wipers off already, as you can tell right there, and over here I have one of the other wipers, at least the arms anyway. I'm been working to get it off. They have like a little hub on them, some of them do, and those can be kind of hard to get off. I used a whatever you can find. I used a screwdriver, two-headed screwdriver, to kind of get underneath it to kind of pop it out of there, because it's kind of got like a covering that makes it harder to get it off a little bit. And then for the bolt, I'm using if I can get it in the view, a ratchet, and I'm using a 13mm to get the bolt off. Another option would be a half. I checked, I got two different sets, but they both seem the same, but I'm using a 13mm on this one. Okay, once you manage to get that bolt off, sometimes on the arm itself they can be very tedious to get off, so I guess that's one of the hardest parts to getting these off and back on, is so you don't break the piece inside, especially if the wiper transmission is made of metal, and then the actual I guess you can call them mounting points, where you have to bolt them back down, which I'll show you later. You want to make sure you don't, as you're trying to fight to get the arms off, the wiper arms, you're not breaking the part, because if you don't really know exactly what's wrong with the part, or because it could be just the motor itself that there's a problem, and not the wiper transmission. And so what I've done, and which I've seen other people do, if you don't have the special equipment to get it like underneath it tenderly to pull it off, what some people do is kind of bang with a hammer on this, just to kind of vibrate the piece, just to kind of get it to wiggle off, and that kind of has helped me out. But I'll just go ahead and pull that part off, because I already had it already re-loosened anyway. And see, the reason why it popped up is because it wouldn't normally do that, but I have it loosened underneath, so that way I can get through the other parts quicker for you. But I won't normally do that. Okay, now that we have the wiper blades off, or the wiper arms, there is depending on if your Saturn has it, there's usually a plug here, and over here, and they look like this little guy here. And this one, I kind of broke it trying to get it out, but those can be tedious to get out, and they don't make too drastic of a difference, at least to my knowledge. Just another way to kind of keep the piece held into place. But I used a two-head screwdriver to get those out. Next, we will be trying to get out a bolt here and over here. Let me step back. So, here and here. I took one out already. This one I put back in because I forgot to put it back in, just so you guys can see what it looks like. And what I will be using for it is a ratchet with a 7mm socket, and another alternative would be, if you don't have a 7mm, would be the 1/4. The next thing I'm going to try to do is take this over piece off, if that will help you get the cover up over the hood better. So I'm going to take that off. It's very easy to pull off. It's got like a little